नमः। ॐ ऐं सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुवे नमः। ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरे परमात्मने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।
Om Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat. Divyatman, our special guests, all of you who have joined online, each and every near and dear ones, आप सबको अभिनंदन है, आत्म pranams. Welcome each one of you with heartfelt divine love, light, healing, bliss, prosperity. May all be joyous. Blessings for all those who are celebrating their happy moments, and blessings for all those who have some sad moments. The beauty is to accept every moment and live with it, adapt and adjust accordingly, knowing that this too shall pass. Every happy or sad, any moment, it is all temporary. It will pass away. If it is too sad, remind yourself that this too shall pass, because God, our Guru, is taking care of us. Omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, everywhere, every moment. Just connect heart to heart, Atma to Paramatma, your soul to that divinity, the one and the only one. In between is your Guru guiding you. From darkness to light, from death to immortality. Asatoma sadgamaya tamasoma jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma amritam gamaya. From untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from over and over death to immortality, eternity. O Lord, we surrender unto you. With this little prayer, I'll read the quotation for today, and before that, Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Sadgurum Tam Namami. Sadgurum Tam Namami. Adorations to the divine preceptor, who is the bliss of Brahman, the giver of supreme joy, the embodiment of pure consciousness, beyond the pairs of opposites, vast like the ether, infinite, eternal, beyond all modifications. To that divine Guru, we offer our adorations. Om Shri Gurave Namaha. Our humble Sashtang pranams at the holy lotus feet of Pujya Gurudev, Bhagwan Pujya Shri Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj of Miami, Florida, to our Param Gurudev, Pujya Shri Swami Sivananda Ji Maharaj of Divine Life Society, Rishikesh, India, to Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya Ji, our world teacher, Jagat Guru, our humble Sashtang pranams, and to the entire lineage, our pranams. Pranams to all our ancient sadhu, sant, rishi, munis, acharyajis. Because of them, we have all these scriptures. We surrender at their lotus feet, wherever they are. सूक्ष्म शरीर में आशीर्वाद देते रहे. And our pranams to all acharyajis, saints and sages of all religions, acharyajis, shastrijis and brahman devata, wherever you are, our humble pranams. Our quotation for today: Gurudev's message for today. Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran इतना हैवी है, ये नहीं सिर्फ वजन से, वैसे ही इतना शक्ति है इनमें. So today's message from Gurudev, yoga quotations from wisdom of Pujya Gurudev Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj. How to develop inspiration. So we are here to inspire you. No matter what you are going through, we all go through that. Remember, you are not the only one. There are moments like waves, up and down. And this is our test. And we have to pass this test as we walk on the path of self-realization, the highest goal of this human birth, to be self-realized and attain liberation in this very life. And Gurudev says, if not this boat, since this body is our boat, if not this boat, then there'll be another boat coming. So we have to remind ourselves, every action has a reaction. So be cautious about the reaction of your action, or we all have to be cautious of our actions, knowing what the reaction would be. If not today, there will be a reaction tomorrow, or so many times we have to take another birth to complete that reaction. So be mindful of what we think, what we say, and what we do or react. क्या कर्म बनाते हैं. So today's number 16 quotation from Gurudev. Learn the art of meditating upon the self. When your mind is withdrawn from the objects of the world, you will be able to behold the grandeur of inner life. You will receive inspirations from the perceptions of divine presence, which will drive you into ecstasies of joy. However, Your joys must become the basis for service of God in mankind. Service of God in mankind. An experience of joy arises from a moment of selflessness, and therefore it must promote an existence unburdened by selfishness. We talk about this many times with our Shastras, scriptures, and in many different ways, that when we add the word yoga, only then it becomes the unity, the union with God and Guru. Whatever action you do, surrender it to Guru and God, they are one. And then you take that action, leave the results, the fruits of that action into the hands of your Guru and God. They are one. I'll repeatedly say they are one, no different. Only then it becomes selfless and it is yoga. Otherwise, everything is just a karma. Karma. Everything, karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, राज योग, ध्यान योग जो बोलते हैं, सब कुछ योग लगाने से means you are uniting with God. Only then it becomes selfless. So remember that, and withdraw your attention from the worldly process too much into the world. Everything is needed. Even a saint needs food, shelter, clothes, water. Everyone needs that, but how much is the question? And how much your face is towards the world. The moment you turn your face towards God and your back towards the world, you realize that, and you turn yourself facing towards God, you are on the right path. So selfless service, even a small one. Somebody's book fell down, somebody's pen fell down, something's dropped, you help somebody walk to cross the road. It's all selfless. Don't expect even a thank you. That is an expectation. Then it's not a yoga. So with this, we surrender to Gurudev. May all our actions be selfless. And we will have bhajan, kirtan today.
Kirtan, yes.
Kirtan, Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om.
I don't have a copy, so I'll just share with you. ये इसको उधर यहाँ बीच में ना.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश पाहि मां. श्री गणेश श्री गणेश श्री गणेश रक्ष मां. शरवण भव शरवण भव पाहि मां. कार्तिकेय 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 रक्ष मां. जय सरस्वती पाहि मां. श्री सरस्वती रक्ष मां. जय गुरु शिव गुरु हरि गुरु राम. जगत गुरु परम गुरु सद्गुरु श्याम. ओम आदि गुरु अद्वैत गुरु आनंद गुरु ओम. आदि गुरु अद्वैत गुरु आनंद गुरु ओम. Guru Chit Ghana Guru Chinmaya Guru Chit Guru Chit Ghana Guru Chinmaya Guru Shankara Guru Om Guru Satchitananda Jagadguru Shivananda Jyotirmayananda Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Shiva 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 Shivaya Namah Om Hare 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 Namah Shivaya Om Namo Narayanaya Om Namo Narayanaya Om Namo Narayanaya Om Namo Narayanaya Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Anjaneya 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 Pahi Mam Hanumanta 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 Rakshama Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Brahma Shakti Vishnu Shakti Shiva Shakti Rakshama Adi Shakti Om Shakti Om Shakti Pahi Mam Om Shakti Om Shakti Om Shakti Om Mam Adi Shakti Mahashakti Parashakti Pahi Mam Ichha Shakti Kriya Shakti Jnana Shakti Rakshama Ganga Rani Ganga Rani Ganga Rani Pahi Mam Bhagirathi 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 Rakshama Hari Om Hari Om Hari 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 Om Hari Om Hari Om Hari 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 Om Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti 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 Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om Tat Sat.
Our humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to our worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, to all sages and saints, our holy scriptures, and to the divinity in every one of you. हमारा दंडवत प्रणाम है उस ब्रह्मांडीय ईश्वरीय शक्ति को, हमारे परम पूज्य गुरुदेव स्वामी ज्योतिर्मयानंद जी महाराज को, सब साधु संतों को, ऋषियों मुनियों को और आप सब में विद्यमान ईश्वर को, परमेश्वर को। आप सबका आभार है, भगवान की कृपा आप सब पर बनी रहे। ग्रेटिट्यूड्स टू ईच वन ऑफ यू एंड टू द divinity and the blessings we all enjoy together by doing these satsangas. Jnana yajna, sharing spiritual knowledge with each other, is the best form of any activity we can do, because there we show the light. We remove darkness, we create light. That is the bliss of satsanga. As you know, on Sundays we study Bhagavad Gita together. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Shri is auspiciousness, Devi Lakshmi. So with auspiciousness comes bliss. And Bhagavad Gita, it's a song, a mystical divine song that helps our life to be sweet and melodious, like we just did this kirtan together. So today we will be studying shloka number 24 for chapter number 7. हम क्या पढ़ रहे हैं? ज्ञान विज्ञान योग, knowledge, practical experimentation also. ज्ञान विज्ञान मतलब Gyan is just the knowledge we receive from the scriptures. Vigyan is when we implement it in our daily life. Otherwise, it is only theoretical. So, Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita does not want to give us just half the knowledge. तो भगवान क्या बताते हैं? पहले ज्ञान लो, फिर उसको विज्ञान में परिवर्तित करके इस जीवन से मुक्त हो जाओ, अपना पार लगा लो. You can be liberated if we follow the Bhagavad Gita with sincerity and faith. So Bhagwan बताते हैं in shloka number 24, he says, अव्यक्त्यं व्यक्तिमापन्नं मन्यन्ते माम बुद्धयः परं भावं जानन्तो ममाव्ययम् अनुत्तमम्.
Those who lack understanding consider me, the unmanifest, as having a human form. They do not know my higher nature that is immutable and unsurpassed. बुद्धिहीन पुरुष मेरे अनुत्तम अविनाशी परम भाव को न जानते हुए मन इंद्रियों से परे मुझ सच्चिदानंद घन परमात्मा को मनुष्य की भांति जन्म कर व्यक्ति भाव को प्राप्त हुआ मानते हैं.
Hari Om.
हरि ओम तत्सत.
So here in this shloka, what Lord Krishna is trying to tell us is that most people generally waste this human life, which is so precious. In this human embodiment, we can connect with God and get liberated, as we always discuss. Yet, due to Maya, the influence of Prakriti, the nature, the cosmic forces, the illusion, we get sucked into Maya. And most people, they are called agyani, those people who do not understand how my nature works and how I work. They are considering me as only Krishna, the name Krishna, as a human being, not Krishna the Brahman. Brahman meaning the omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient being that creates, dissolves, and everything happens through that cosmic divine energy. He is not a name, but these people, they consider, during Mahabharata time, there was Arjuna and there was Duryodhana also. Arjuna is listening to God's commands, his guidance, but Duryodhana is totally rejecting it. He doesn't want to listen to the best of the things. So he is thinking Krishna is only a human being. Most people even today think like that there is no God. They talk about atheism, science is all, AI is everything, and therefore they are living in a deluded world. वे सोचते हैं कि पूर्व जन्म की कर्म की शक्ति से भगवान ने अव्यक्त अवस्था में प्रकट हो गए हैं और मनुष्य धारण शरीर को धारण किया है. They think God has just come in a human body, and then they don't know that my deeper mysteries. They don't know that I am perpetual, omnipotent, omnipresent, the creator of many cosmoses, many world systems like this. वे मानते हैं कि वे अभी सत्ता में आए हैं, जबकि वे सत स्वरूप हैं और अनादि हैं. So these people think that God is limited in these forms, whereas in reality God is timeless, beginningless, endless, beyond birth, beyond death, changeless, beyond the five gunas of earth, water, fire, air, ether, the five elements, unlimited and cannot be expressed. That's why we always say spirituality is a journey to be experienced by each individual according to their understanding, their level. Slowly they evolve. Then we move on to shloka number 25. God says, Naham prakashah sarvasya yogamaya samavritah मूढ़ोऽयं नाभिजानाति लोको मामम् अज्वयम्.
Veiled as I am by Yoga Maya, I am not revealed to all. What a beautiful. जिनका भाग में है नहीं तो कहाँ से मिलेगा. हाँ. This deluded world does not know me. Who is the unborn and the imperishable? अपनी योग माया, अपनी योग माया से छिपा हुआ मैं सबके प्रत्यक्ष नहीं होता, इसलिए यह अज्ञानी जन समुदाय मुझ जन्म रहित अविनाशी परमेश्वर को नहीं जानता, अर्थात मुझको जन्मने मरने वाला समझता है. हरि ओम.
Hari Om. So in this shloka, God, Lord Krishna, is saying why I cannot be seen, why am I not visible to everybody? Because so many people ask, where is God? If God exists, why don't we see him? Why don't we feel him? So he is giving us the reason that God is not dependent upon us. We are dependent upon him. Every breath, हर सांस में उसका नाम है और कब वो अंत हो जाए हम नहीं जानते हैं. And this is intentional. What God is saying is that this is a Maya, Yoga Maya. Yoga means trying to connect to God, but Maya is the obstacle, illusion, the power that prevents us from connecting to God. So Yoga Maya is God's magical power that keeps us sucked into the world process through ego, through name, through fame, through money, through prosperity, through running after here, there, behind these things. God is saying this is where people get deluded. They do not understand my true nature. Therefore, I have created this mass of illusion. ये हमने ब्रह्म आवरण डाल दिया है. जैसे झिल्ली, जेर में झिल्ली आ जाती है. इन द प्रेगनेंसी, द बर्थ, द बेबी इज नॉट वेरी क्लियरली विजिबल इन द वूम. मच इन द सेम वे, ड्यू टू दिस माया वी आर डिल्यूडेड from time to time. So this delusion creates attachment because we think this is real. That is why we are afraid of losing something, losing our job, losing our family member, losing our things, because the attachment becomes so strong. But forget about others, even our own body is transient, isn't it? हमारा शरीर भी हमारा नहीं है, तो किस चीज को हम बोलेंगे ये वास्तविकता से हमारी है? अर्थात ये एक भ्रम है. This is all a big cosmic illusion, and that's why God is saying those people are not able to know me, and they think they cannot know that I am timeless, I am not born, and I have no vikara. Vikara means a change. There is no change in God. We change, our body changes from a baby body to a youth body to a middle-aged body to an old body to a dead body to a new body, and the circle continues on and on and on, unless and until a guru, a teacher, an enlightened master comes in our life and shows us the proper way. But we have to follow that path. A teacher is like a guide who will just show you what are the things you are doing right and wrong. So if we are not able to understand that, then we will, or if ego comes in the way, we will not evolve. That is what God is trying to say here. योग माया भगवान के पूर्ण वश में है. We are controlled by Maya. See, this is how we are different from God. How? Because Maya, illusion, powerful forces of the world, they suck us into the world, but God controls the Maya. He is the controller of the Maya. How do we explain this? Think of God like the magician. The magician, when he performs the magic show, he knows where the tricks are. He knows it's all a show. he knows what he is doing. But the people who are watching the show are totally mesmerized by that Maya. They think everything that is happening is real, but we know none of it is real. In the end, God even proves it, and the magician also proves it. But the magician is always not doing magic only. Sometimes he's eating, sometimes he's talking to his kids, sometimes he's sleeping. So when God is in that avyakta roop, in that form, then we touch him. We have transcended Maya. But if you are deluded and if you are intoxicated by that magic show, then you are within Maya. So you understand the difference? This is what God is saying, that foolish people, ignorant people, people who don't want to spend their time in satsang or the power of influence of my Maya has controlled them. But yet I control that Maya, and it is under my control. He owns Maya. That's why it's called Yoga Maya. Hari Om Tat Sat. So let's move on to Shloka number 26. God says, Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana.
Oh Arjun, I I know all beings from the past, present, and the future, but no one knows me. हे अर्जुन, पूर्व में व्यतीत हुआ और वर्तमान में स्थित तथा आगे होने वाले सब भूतों को मैं जानता हूँ, परंतु मुझको कोई भी श्रद्धा भक्ति रहित पुरुष नहीं जानता. So श्रद्धा वाले जानते हैं.
So here God is again clearly explaining that ये जो आधार है, what is the foundational value? That is your faith, श्रद्धा, भगवान में भक्ति, ईश्वर की सत्ता का जो है उसके प्रति समर्पण, self surrender to God and divinity and his powers. Because if we don't do it, what happens is we get stuck in the three gunas of sattva, rajas and tamas, and because of that illusion we think the world is real, the family is real, the house is real, the job is real, your practical realities are real, and that's how we keep growing, and before you know it, it's time to depart.
Hmm.
7 8
Yeah.
decades have gone by, 10 20 30 40 50, and we have been doing the same thing over and over again.
हुआ ही
First the
नहीं.
children, then the grandchildren, then the great grandchildren. The cycle is the same, nothing is ending, but our body cannot move anymore. You see, yet the habits are the same. So God is saying, because these are, and it's not anybody's fault. When we are laughing, we are laughing at God's Maya, how perfect his plan is. The magic show never ends for those people who don't have faith, who don't want to learn, who don't want to grow. They just think this is it. And so we always tell everybody, an open mind is the most beautiful thing you can have. Because if you have a closed mind, nothing can work for you. Even God will come, you will not listen to him because the mind is closed. So uh, God says, those people, I know their past, present, and future. Of course, God is antaryami. Why do we call God antaryami? He can know your thoughts inside your brain that you are thinking. Nobody else can know that. We cannot know it. Nobody knows it. But God knows what our thoughts are. Therefore, God says, purify, shuddhikaran karo, purify your thoughts, purify your actions, purify your life. And then what happens is, slowly when sattva starts growing, जब हमारे अंदर सत्वा बढ़ने लगता है, तो हमारा कल्याण स्वाभाविक होने लगता है. We automatically are helped. So, but people, then God is giving you the converse. Ananyamas bhakti se Bhagwan ki puja karne wale. People who have faith, not intellectual knowledge, mind you. Not that, just faith, just shraddha. You can be a totally uneducated person, very poor, have nothing, or you can be extremely rich and still have faith. So it's not about your the amount of possessions you have, it's what's in your heart, how big your heart is. Some poor people have big hearts, and some very rich people have very miserly hearts. They don't want to spend even $1 on to help somebody, and some poor people will do much more than that. So it's all about how you feel what you have. And Lord Krishna did that. दुर्योधन के में वो त्यागो, साग विधुर घर खाई, सबसे ऊंची प्रेम सगाई. What did God do? He rejected the opulence and the ambience of Duryodhana's palace and instead chose to eat simple food with a devotee of his who loved him so much. So he says, उस तत्व रूप से जान लेता है भगवान को. People who are devoted, who are sincere, remember we always say, spirituality is not a show. It's not to tell people how spiritual we are. This is our personal journey with God, our personal union with God. And God and Guru, same thing, no difference. Through God, Guru is basically simply a energy that is transmitting the cosmic vibrations to us human beings. Just like our Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayananda ji, there is no difference between Guru and God at the higher levels. So there, basically, they understand, these devoted souls give their everything, and therefore they know that God is gunatita. Gunatita meaning he is beyond the three gunas of sattva, rajas, tamas. Sattva, purity; rajas, activity; tamas, inertia. So God is beyond all this, all these three, and that bhakt also starts to unite with God. So what is the project then? The whole project becomes for us to unwind. The world has taught us to be clever. The world has taught us to succeed by competition, by being better than somebody, by being more skilled. Okay, if you cheat people, as long as I make money, I'm good. But in spirituality, it does not work. It cannot work. We have to be totally godlike. If we want to get enlightened, we ourselves have to be totally pure, purity, shuddhata. That is what God is saying. Because they understand my Maya is no longer going to delude them, they are beyond sattva, rajas, tamas, they are in that turiya sthiti. It's called the fourth transcendental state. उससे परमात्मा की वास्तविक प्रकृति का ज्ञान हो जाता है. Such a devotee is able to know me through my essence, who I am, what I am in reality, not just get confused by my Maya or my illusion. So now moving on to 27th shloka, Lord is saying, इच्छा द्वेष समुत्थेन द्वंद्व मोहेन भारत सर्वभूतानि सम्मोहं सर्गे यान्ति परन्तप.
O Bharata, all beings at the time of their birth come under the sway of the delusion of pairs of opposites caused by desire and hatred. O Parantap, which is the square of force. O Parantap. So it should have been together, those two shlokas, because it's kind of halfway. हे भरतवंशी अर्जुन, संसार में इच्छा और द्वेष से उत्पन्न सुख दुख आदि द्वंद्व रूप मोह से संपूर्ण प्राणी अत्यंत अज्ञानता को, राइट, शुड बी अज्ञानता, हाँ, अज्ञानता को प्राप्त हो रहे हैं.
Right. So God is saying here, what is the problem? Desires. Desires create rag. Raga is attachment, and hatred also. If you have desires, you like something, you will also dislike something by default. It comes as a package deal. Just like day comes with night, life comes with death, happiness comes with unhappiness. तो ये सब एक श्रृंखला बन जाती है, and the journey continues. So wherever there is sukh means pleasure, joy, happiness, there comes attachment. We don't want to get rid of that good feeling. So through that attachment we get caught. And जहाँ दुख होता है, wherever there is pain, we have hatred. We don't want to experience that again. We don't like it. So what happens is, both the things create pain and give you joy, isn't it? So suppose you like somebody very much, they come, you are overjoyed, so happy. Suppose you see your relative from a faraway land, or you see your old friend after 40, 50 years, so joyful you feel. And then when they are about to leave, you feel so sad. You say, oh, so soon you are leaving. What happened? इतनी जल्दी समय बीत गया, ऐसे लगा ही नहीं. You were so, time flew by so quickly, but now you are sad because they are going. So joy and sorrow both are there. Coming joy, going sorrow. Now the other thing happens. Suppose somebody you hate shows up on your door. Now you are not so happy. You are very much, you try to be polite, try to do the very minimum, and the minute he says I am leaving, you are very happy. Joy comes up automatically. So both will come and go. Whether you hate somebody or like somebody, you will be happy at one time and sorrowful at another time. So the cycle reverses. That's it. But hota sab mein hai. So therefore hatred and too much attachment, happiness and unhappiness, sardi or garmi, cold or hot, harsh or shok, excitement and grief, joy and pain, प्रसन्नता और पीड़ा, सफलता और विफलता, सक्सेस और फेलियर, मान और अपमान, प्रेज और क्रिटिक, प्रशंसा और निंदा, लॉट ऑफ हैवी ग्लोरिफिकेशन और लॉट ऑफ इंसल्ट्स. विरोधी द्वंद्वों के युग्म हैं. दे कम टुगेदर. सो समटाइम्स वी विल गो थ्रू दिस, समटाइम्स वी विल गो थ्रू द अदर पार्ट. गॉड सेज दिस इज द नेचर ऑफ थिंग्स. तो राग द्वेष सभी प्राणियों में भ्रम मोह जागृत करते हैं. राग, raga and dvesha, these are the total, the five, the corrupt five we call them. Avidya, ignorance; raga, attachment; dvesha, hatred, or abhinivesh klesha, avidya, asmita and ego. So avidya, lack of ignorance, lack of knowledge; ego, ahankara; and then raga dvesha, hatred, attachment; and then abhinivesha klesha, fear of death, fear of losing things. And that's why we are always in a state of agitation. हम ऐसे ही रहते हैं. तो आत्मज्ञान रूप सूर्य के प्रकाश में वो बाधा डालते हैं. Actually we are full of light and bliss and happiness, but we have created this umbra penumbra. See, the sun never sets. The sun is always shining, but it sets from your practical perspective. There is night here and there is day in India and Australia. When there is day there, it's night here. But there is no day and night to the sun. Ask the sun, do you feel darkness? He says, what are you talking about? I only see light. I am only light. So all the time, it's how the earth rotates around the moon and how it obstructs the sun. We call it the shadow. But in reality, there is no such thing at the level of the sun. So ignorance again through our practical living. इसलिए जिसकी बुद्धि द्वंद्वों से मोहित है, भगवान बताते हैं क्या, गॉड इज सेइंग those people who are affected by the dualities and they are sucked by that, वो ये अनुभूति नहीं कर सकता कि मैं आत्मा हूं. देखे आत्मा, कॉन्शियसनेस, गॉड, गॉड पार्टिकल, वाइब्रेशन, spirituality, self realization, these people are far away from that because they are not going deeper into the mysteries to understand how these things work. इसलिए वे मुझे आत्मा रूप में नहीं देखता है. सो वेरी सिंपल, बिकॉज ही इज नॉट प्रैक्टिसिंग दैट, ही डज नॉट सी मी as Atma. Atma means consciousness. There is no difference. Every time we discuss this, there is in you, you have the whole cosmos within you. आंख बंद करके सोचिए, आपके अंदर पूरा ब्रह्मांड है. ये छोटी बात नहीं है. भगवान ने अपने आप को आपको दे दिया है विदाउट एनी इंडिविजिबिलिटी. भगवान ने कोई छोटा अंश नहीं दिया, पूरा अपने आप को दिया है. सो जैसे समुद्र की एक बूंद, वो और समुद्र, उनका केमिकल बैलेंस एक ही रहता है. जस्ट लाइक द ड्रॉप ऑफ द ओशन एंड द ओशन इटसेल्फ हैज द सेम वाटर एलिमेंट इन इट. Much in the same way, God is saying, I, Atma and Paramatma, no difference. The consciousness residing in you is the same consciousness I possess. Therefore, the ray of the sun is not different from the sun. जो सूर्य की किरण है वो सूर्य ही है, लेकिन किरण ये भूल चुकी है कि मैं सूर्य हूं. It is now getting agitated and thinking it is only a ray, and therefore it's minimizing its importance. But God says no. When the sun sets, जब सूर्य अस्त होता है, does even one ray, is even one ray left behind that it doesn't go connect back to the sun? No, every single ray will go back into the sun. Much like that, every one of us will eventually merge back into God. The only question is when? Now, 10 births from now, or millions of births from now. But the psychology, the every drop merges back into the ocean. The cycling system continues on and on. तो राग द्वेष का विकार व्यक्ति विवेक शक्ति खो बैठता है. So what is, now God is going into the deeper psychology of these dualities. He says people who have attachments and detachments, therefore Gita says samatvam yoga uchyate, meaning equanimity is the best yoga. Don't complain when things are difficult, and don't be too elated when things are joyful. Matlab, people who are affected by raga and dvesha, they lose their sense of intellect. विवेक शक्ति खो बैठते हैं. तो he wants more and more good things and doesn't want any difficulty. But how is it possible? God says, if day will come, night will also come. If this body you have been given, it will grow eventually and it will terminate also. तो देश काल और कारणत्व में आबद्ध पदार्थ तो नष्ट होंगे ही. Due to time and space, everything ends. Even these big palaces that somebody thought would never diminish, over the dust of time, all things become dust particles. You see. तो आज जो रुचिकर और अनुकूल है वह समय उपरांत अरुचिकर और प्रतिकूल हो जाएगा. What you are enjoying today, tomorrow it will be useless. Your iPhone 8, now you have iPhone 14. iPhone 8, oh forget it, that's such an old one. Now the new one comes, 14 will also look bad. Nothing will give stay. You see, the cycle continues on and on. So what you liked at one point now becomes disgusting. अच्छा ही नहीं लगेगा. What is this, you say? So that is not. Why? Because man chanchal hai. Your mind is agitated. It always wants more and more, and yet it will never be satisfied. इसे विभिन्नता अथवा परिवर्तन चाहिए. So what is the problem then? Mind wants variety. It wants different things. That's why we say bore ho gaye. We got bored. We listen to the same thing again and again. That's not how you should be listening to scriptures. These are holy. The same scripture again and again has to be understood so the mind can be controlled. Otherwise what happens? The mind will agitate you and confuse you and make you do things you don't want to do. Man chanchal hai, because mind by definition is like a monkey. This is why we always have that Hanumanji analogy. When he was young, he was very naughty. He would shake and the trees would fall off and all the things would happen. So one of the sages one day cursed and said, you will forget this memory because you're creating too much havoc. And then when Lord Hanuman had to find Sita, Jamavant reminded him of his strength. Then he was able to do it. Much in the same way, and so Jamvant is the Guru, much in the same way we are like Hanuman only. We have so much strength, so much energy, so much potential, but due to our Vikshepa Shakti, due to distractions, we forget that and we get lost. Then we need a guru who can again wake that inner latent strength. It's already there in you. We cannot create it. It's already there. We just have to wake it up, shake it up. तो इसे विभिन्नता अथवा परिवर्तन चाहिए. सो माइंड ऑलवेज वांट्स वैरायटी. एक ही प्रकार से ये उद्विग्न हो जाता है. देयरफॉर मोस्ट पीपल फाइंड मेडिटेटिंग वेरी हार्ड, because they sit down and the thoughts will start to come, the mind will get agitated, the mind will want to do something, and it will force you to pick up your body and go somewhere. So the mind one, whenever that happens, the mind has taken over, like somebody taking a virus taking over your computer. You don't want to do it, you're sincere, you want to do meditation, so why can't you? It's because the mind is not trained properly. मन जो है ये एक बंदर की तरह उछल रहा है और उसको पूर्ण निरीक्षण नहीं दिया गया है. It is more difficult to stop a horse and to keep it standing straight than to make it run, isn't it? Therefore, therein lies your tapasya, therein lies your effort, therein lies your sincerity on this holy path. Now, this is for beginners. Advanced sadhaks are already making progress. They are already on this path. They are called sadhaka. That's why they are called sadhak. क्योंकि वो साधना करते हैं. See how it sounds? The word sadhana. Sadhana means spiritual practice. Spiritual practice. They do it consistently, regularly, all the time. And through that, the mind has gotten trained. Once it gets trained, it starts enjoying it, and once it starts enjoying it, you have accomplished your mission. No more worrying. Then it will look forward to meditation. The same mind that was repenting it, resisting it, did not want it, now will wake you up at 3:30, 4 o'clock and say it's time for meditation. Why? Because it enjoys it. Unless enjoyment comes in your life, unless it becomes a joyful happy process, जब तक ये नियम ऐसा नहीं बन जाए कि आपको आनंद आने लगे, तब तक हमारे अंदर अभी वो कमी है. हमको और साधना कर करके उसको वहां तक लाना है. Like a honey bee, you don't have to tell it to go for honey, it will automatically go because it loves to do it, isn't it? Much in the same way, if we have started loving satsanga, यदि हमें सत्संग से प्रेम हो गया है, ऐसी लागी लगन मीरा हो गई मगन, we become so intoxicated with that that's all we want. Then you can know we are sadhaks. Otherwise we are only in kindergarten, and then we say, we tried this, Swamiji, it doesn't work, meditation doesn't work, this doesn't work. No, 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 they all work. We don't have the discipline, we don't have the time, we don't have the dedication, because one day we will wake up at 5, the other day we will wake up at 10, and then for 6 months we will not do anything, and then we'll pick it up one day again, and then we'll say, Swamiji, I've been doing this for 10 years, nothing has happened. How can it happen? What have you done? So this is where the problem is. We have to be consistent, daily, nairantarya. Just like you brush your teeth every day, you shower every day, you eat food every day, you do your duties every day. You don't say, I'll do it tomorrow, because your stomach will force you. Much in the same way, once you make it your nitya karma, nitya means your daily activities. Therefore, your first activity should be sadhana, gratitude to God, that God, you have given me another day, I am awake, my breath is flowing, I am happy. So many people don't even have food to eat. So gratitude to you, let me do some sadhana and let me start my day with love and peace. Hey ईश्वर, आपकी इतनी कृपा है, आपकी कृपा से आज मैं यहाँ पर मेरी सांस चल रही है, मैं स्वस्थ हूँ. कितने लोगों को भोजन नहीं मिलता, तो आपकी कृपा से मुझे शक्ति दीजिए कि मैं साधना में अग्रसर हूँ. And then be sincere. Don't have to worry about it. Even if you don't have time, even 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, you start from somewhere. And this is what God is saying about this shloka. Now in shloka number 28, God continues. He goes, येषां त्वन्तगतं पापं जनानां पुण्यकर्मणां ते द्वन्द्वमोहिनिर्भुक्ता भजन्ते माम दृढवता.
But those virtuous souls whose sins have terminated, free of delusion of the pairs of opposites, worship me with a steadfast resolve. परंतु निष्काम भाव से श्रेष्ठ कर्मों का आचरण करने वाले जिन पुरुष का पाप नष्ट हो गया है, वे राग द्वेष जनित द्वंद्व रूप मोह से मुक्त दृढ़ निश्चयी भक्त मुझको सब प्रकार से भजते हैं. हरि ओम.
Hari Om. So God is now continuing on that thought wave that we have just picked on. He says, पुण्य कृत्यों से हृदय परिकृष्ट होता है. क्या मतलब? What does it mean? That when we do righteous acts, kind acts, loving acts, selfless service, helping people, those are called punyas. Punya means merits, good things we do. And what are papas? Papa are pap sins, demerits, wrong things, hurting others, speaking cruelly to people, and kicking a dog for no reason, causing pain for just because. And those are jealousy, anger. All we do many wrong things in those emotions. So when we do good actions, our heart becomes purified. इट चेंजेस द ग्रूव्स एवरी टाइम. जब भी हम ये सत्संग में इकट्ठे आते हैं और उसको सुनते हैं, श्रवण करते हैं, श्रद्धा से आनंद लेते हैं, तो क्या होता है, हमारे अंदर के ग्रूव्स चेंज हो जाते हैं. द पैटर्न्स चेंज. द सेम पैटर्न दैट यूज्ड टू मेक अस एंग्री नाउ इज बीइंग रिप्लेस्ड विद compassion and love. So obviously those things will start to get better over time. फिर लोग आपको बोलेंगे, people will also compliment you कि you used to be a quite an angry person, now you are not getting angry, what is going on? They will feel the difference. You don't have to advertise yourself. You don't have to say, look how spiritual I am. People will radiate, they will see it, they will feel it. Your presence should do it. If it's not doing it, go back, do some more homework, understand something's wrong. Because if other people are not benefiting, then you will see the difference in your own self. That's why Swami Shivananda always said, write a spiritual diary. If you write it down, you will know how many times you used to get angry a year ago and how many times you are getting angry today. So you have 1 year of documentation to prove yourself. So it doesn't take a genius for that. ये आप खुद कर सकते हैं. तो ये भगवान बताते हैं, सत्व की वृद्धि होती है. So when you do good things, your sattva is increasing. That is why anger is going away. Not that you did some magic trick. You changed the grooves over time. रजस और तमस धीरे धीरे क्षीण होता है, which means when sattva is high, activity and inertia automatically become lower and your mind becomes peaceful or shant. It becomes quiet, happy. And that is, I tell you, the biggest achievement, much more than just losing weight or building muscles for your body. Much more important it is to have a peaceful and a calm mind. If you can do that, you can be successful in anything. तुच्छ अहम युक्त व्यक्तित्व शनै शनै समाप्त होने लगता है. So this egoistic self, the one that was always agitated, angry, annoyed, wanted, didn't understand these things, those things slowly will start to reduce. आध्यात्मिकता का विकास होता है. When you do that, when we do more and more satsang, spirituality increases more and more. That is why ashrams live in God. They have all these strict disciplines. 5 o'clock you wake, 4 o'clock you wake up, 4:30 you have meditation session, 6 o'clock you have breakfast, 7 o'clock you do Vishnu Sahasranama, 11 o'clock you do self-study circle, 1 o'clock you have 12 o'clock you have lunch, then you have a little bit of rest in between, then again you do Bhagavad Gita. So basically they're always keeping you so involved where the mind is brim, up to the brim, it's filled with sattva, purity. So worldly thoughts don't come. And when people start getting worldly thoughts, those ashrams also become just like the world, because the mind is the problem, not your home, not the situation you live in. You can choose to make your home an ashram also, or you can choose to make your ashram a worldly place also. So it's all upon how you approach it. दिव्य आभा और अधिक कांति की प्राप्ति होती है, और तुम अकृत्रक व्यक्तित्व शून्य बन जाते हो, which means you start to get a spiritual aura. People will say you are glowing. What did you do? Now you didn't eat anything different or special. So what is this? This is called the glow of your spirituality, peace, love. You have cleaned, even with your own home, when you clean a dirty house and you clean it all up and everything looks so beautiful and clear, you feel good inside, don't you? You feel a sense of expansion, a sense of joy, happiness. Much in the same way, ऐसे ही जब हम अपने अंदर के cobwebs को धीरे धीरे सफा करते हैं, but first we have to be totally truthful with ourselves. You don't have to share it with anybody, just with your own self and your spiritual diary. Write down what your problems are, how you want to solve them, and then you start picking up sattva, sattvic thoughts. Slowly, 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 you will be changed. That's what we always say. मेरे सतगुरु दीन दयाल काग से हंस
हंस
बनाते
बनाते
हैं. So our
हैं.
guru, our teacher, our spiritual satsanga, this union, communion is so full of love and compassion that we come in as crows and we fly out as swans. So,
What's
Papa,
the difference between swan and crow?
so as we know, crow will go after all the useless things, and the swan will go after the pearls, and he will flutter its wings and sport in the Mansarovar lake, the lake that is full of purity and
That's
happiness
the
and
mind.
joy.
Yeah.
So the mind, the devta of the mind is the moon. Every one of
Ah.
our sense organs has a deity, which we will cover some other time. But पाप, यहाँ पर बताते हैं गॉड की पाप क्या है? परम सत्ता के साथ अभेद भाव को भूलना ही सबसे बड़ा पाप है. What is the greatest sin? We all commit it. We all forget at times that there is only one cosmic energy, and we are irretrievably connected to that energy, just like the ray of the sun is connected to the sun, the drop of the ocean is connected to the ocean, the cloud is connected to the sky. All of them are interconnected to each other. But what do? Due to our ignorance, ego, attachment, hatred, fear, we say शरीर को ही आत्मा मान लेते हैं. We think this body is our soul and we have come here for permanently, we will never depart, everything is good, and that's all we do. संसार को सत्य मान लेना पाप है. This is a sin. When you consider this transient thing that is in front of you, proving to you every single day that this cannot be, yet you believe in it because everybody else is doing it also. So this is kind of, we have to be like salmon. We have to go against the stream. Although it looks like we may we are wrong, everybody is going on that side. But see, the masses will always go there. It's like a fish market. Many people are easily available in the fish market, but few go to a diamond merchant, isn't it? Because they have to have the discretion, the ability, the affording power, so many things. Much in the same way as sadhakas, we have to understand that living in ego is sin. Not just that it's bad, it's sinful. Why? Because we are now living, we are hurting God's mission, we are hurting our own mission, which is what? To unite with God. Man has been created to know his creator, is the fundamental law. अज्ञान भी पाप है. Ignorance is sin also. Some may know it, some may not know it. That's okay. अगर कुछ को ये पता है, कुछ को नहीं पता, कोई बात नहीं. Let it be. But दृढ़ व्रत होना पड़ेगा. So what is God saying? How will you do it? When you will make a sankalpa. Sankalpa is a resolution. You say, I will do this and I will stick firmly to it. Like Buddha said, I will sit on this Bodhi tree, and unless I get enlightened, I'm not going to wake up. And it took him, so many temptations came, and he did not give up. So that is called Sankalp Shakti. When we say today I will fast, that is a Sankalp Shakti. इस प्रकार उसका संकल्प होता है. Much in the same way, we can send a sankalp in the cosmos that we are serious sadhakas, we are sincere aspirants, God. We want self realization now, like your babies, your kids tell you, Mommy, I want it now. That's what we have to tell God, God. But we have to be deserving. If it's not good, if we are not ready, the mother will not give it. But if we are ready and the mother thinks we are worthy, then we will get it. But we have to be able to want it first. मुझे आत्म साक्षात्कार करना है, meaning I want to view my atma. That's what आत्म साक्षात्कार means. I want to see my inner self. आत्म ज्ञान प्राप्त किए बिना मैं अपने आसन से नहीं हिलूंगा. I will not move. I will consistently persist. So as you can imagine, how many people have this kind of a resolve? We are talking about people trying to find 10 minutes of sadhana, 15 minutes of sadhana. So how much effort will be required? It doesn't matter. Somebody starts from somewhere, you see. Journey to 1,000 miles will start from the first step. You take it. But don't go negative, don't go backwards, go in the right direction. Enjoy the journey also. Don't just become so focused on the destination that we start becoming rude to people, or we stop talking. No, no, no. You have to bloom like a flower. ये भगवान का आश्रय है. भगवान ये बताते हैं कि तुम अपना भी कल्याण करोगे, औरों का भी कल्याण करोगे. सर्वभूत हिते चरते वसंतः. These sages and saints, wherever they go, it's like a beautiful spring season arriving. The buds start blooming. Everywhere there is the fragrance of sweet smell. उसे पूर्ण विश्वास होता है कि ब्रह्म ही सत्य है और जगत मिथ्या है. That aspirant has no doubt, no matter how much science will try to convince him otherwise, he already knows beyond that this world is an illusion and jagat is mithya. This world is illusory and Brahma is satyam. God or divinity, whatever we call, that's the only reality. Just like your dream, when you dream is real, when you wake up is unreal. This world, while you are living in it, is real, and when you die it becomes unreal. Just a delayed dream. This is like a mirage. ये संसार कैसा है? मृग तृष्णा के समान. Just like the musk deer looking for water, runs here there, doesn't find it, and then dies of thirst. Much in the same way, we are also doing the same thing, looking at this world, which is nothing but a rope, but that rope is looking like a snake to us. So now we are seeing a snake and going through those feelings, fear, anger. तो मैं शाश्वत आनंद की प्राप्ति कर सकता हूं. The first thing we have to do is give ourselves positivity. I can do it. Don't always degrade yourself. Oh, I'm so weak, I'm so poor, I'm so destitute, I'm so unfortunate. No, don't use those words. Say, I have this human body, I have food in my belly, I have a roof over my head, I have shoes on my feet. What more do I want? God has given me everything. And then you put in your sincere effort, self effort. भगवान के शरणागत, that is called sharanagati, and then atma gyan is possible. It will come. That is why we are following our enlightened masters teachings. तो भौतिक पदार्थों में किंचित मात्र भी सुख नहीं है. You will not find pleasure in material objects. They will give you comforts, no doubt. You will sleep more cushiony beds. You will have better computers. You will have better possessions. This that. But they will again agitate you, and you will want something more. Peace will not come. Little joy will come and pleasure will come. अतः भगवान कहते हैं, दृढ़ संकल्प वाले मेरी व्यक्ति ही मेरी आराधना करते हैं. So those people who are firmly rooted, not weak people. Just like when the storm comes, big trees get rooted out, isn't it? बड़े बड़े वृक्ष तूफान में उखड़ जाते हैं, और जबकि छोटी सी घास उसमें झुक कर सीधी हो जाती है. Little bit of grass is firm and big trees get rooted out. Much in the same way, we should also have a drid sankalp, strong firm belief that we can also, all of us, get enlightened in this very life. So we have two more shlokas left, which we will cover next Sunday. We have almost finished this beautiful chapter. As you can see, Jnana Vijnana, everything Lord Krishna is emphasizing is first acquiring the knowledge, then practicing it in your daily life. And there is no rush, there is no competition. We don't want to become super successful in 6 weeks. This is not a program. We are talking about our life, our daily life given to God with love and humility. So with this, we will conclude our satsang for today.
I have an announcement.
And Swami LP has an announcement. After that, we will do Gita Aarti and conclude today. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Hari Om Tat Sat. So we are back on our track after a few weeks, and this evening we have been quite busy this weekend, and everything's going on smoothly though. But we have, especially I have not given you enough time, but soon I'll be back on my track also with Srimad Bhagavatam and other short satsangas on WhatsApp. That plus this evening around 4 p.m. we will go on live session, another satsanga today for those of you who are interested. It will be again the same way with Swami Nikhilananda ji's Facebook page, and that will be Shri Ram Amritvani. So in short, it is we will chant, we will sing along, and then it is very beautiful way of chanting Ramayana. You get a lot of stories. So some of any one of you who are interested, you can join. But we will be doing some celebration for somebody special on 21st birthday, and this is the way to celebrate birthdays. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Okay, Hari Om. So let us all enjoy the Bhagavad Gita Aarti together.
Yes.
And then we will conclude the satsanga for today. Hari Om.
Om Deepajyoti Param Brahma Deepajyoti Janardana Deepahartu me papam puja Deepajyoti namo astute Viprit buddhi vinashaye Deepajyoti namo astute Shubham karotu kalyanam arogyam pushti vardhanam mam sampadam Atmajyoti pradipaye Brahmajyoti namo astute आत्म तत्व प्रबोधाय गुरु ज्योति नमोस्तुते हरि ओम तत्सत्
जय भगवद गीते माँ जय भगवद गीते हरि कमल विहारिणी हरि कमल विहारिणी सुंदर सुपुनीते ओम जय भगवद गीते कर्म सुमर्म प्रकाशिनी कामासक्ति हरा मैया कामासक्ति हरा तत्व ज्ञान विकासिनी तत्व ज्ञान विकासिनी विद्या ब्रह्म परा ओम जय भगवद गीते निश्चल भक्ति विधायिनी निर्मल मलहारी ओ मैया निर्मल मलहारी शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी शरण रहस्य प्रदायिनी सब विधि सुखकारी ओम जय भगवद गीते राग द्वेष विदारिणी कारिणी मोद सदा मैया कारिणी मोद सदा भव भय हारिणी तारिणी भव भय हारिणी तारिणी परमानंद प्रदा ओम जय भगवद गीते आसुर भाव विनाशिनी नाशिनी तम रजनी मैया नाशिनी तम रजनी दैवी सद्गुण दायिनी दैवी सद्गुण दायिनी हरि रसिका सजनी ओम जय भगवद गीते समता त्याग सिखावनी हरि मुख की वाणी मैया हरि मुख की वाणी सकल शास्त्रों की स्वामिनी सकल शास्त्रों की स्वामिनी श्रुतियों की रानी ओम जय भगवद गीते दया सुधा बरसावनी मातु कृपा की जय मैया मातु कृपा की जय हरि पद प्रेम दान कर हरि पद प्रेम दान कर अपनों कर लीजय ओम जय भगवद गीते जय भगवद गीते मैया जय भगवद गीते हरि हिय कमल विहारी हरि हिय कमल विहारी सुंदर सुपुनीते ओम जय भगवद गीते त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वात् प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यज्ञत् सफलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ करचरणकृतं वा कायजं कर्मजं वा श्रवणनयनजं वा मानसं वापराधं विहितम वा सर्वमेतत्क्षमस्व जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो जय जय करुणाब्धे श्री महादेव शंभो समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम ब्रह्मर्पणं ब्रह्महवि ब्रह्माग्नौ
ब्रह्माग्नौ
ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव
ब्रह्मैव
तेन
तेन
गन्तव्यं
गन्तव्यं
ब्रह्म कर्म
कर्म
समाधिनः
समाधिनः
अहं
अहं
वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राण अपान समायुक्ता पचामन्यं चतुर्विधम् हरिः ओम तत्सत ब्रह्मर्पणमस्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम शान्तिः 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 हरि ओम तत्सत.
हरि ओम तत्सत.
With this we conclude our satsang for today.
हरि ओम.
Shakti Bhakti Mukti, may we all be blessed. Om
ओम
Shanti
शांति
Shanti
शांति
Shanti
शांति.
Hari Om
हरि ओम
Tat Sat.